Hey everyone! So we've completed two of our chapter 10 lessons. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive in to lesson 3, and this is being able to write fractions of a whole. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Explore and Grow on 457, and this gives us 3 circles that have points shaded in. Okay, so when I'm looking at the first one, go ahead and draw my 3 circles. Okay, and they each look sort of like this. Okay, so they each look something kind of like that. And then they've got shadings. This one, and then the second, and then the third has all of them. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. And what your book wants us to do is be able to write these, in fraction form, okay? So I'm going to look at this first one right here. And we know that we need a numerator and a denominator. So our numerator, like we've been talking about, especially in these examples, are the number or the part of the equal shares that we're looking at, that we're focusing on. In this case, it's going to be the part of the equal shares that are shaded in. Okay, so we have 1 equal share shaded in. We're focusing on that 1 equal share. And then we have 3 equal shares of the whole. Okay, and we'll do the same for the second one. We have 2 equal shares shaded in over the 3 equal shares altogether. So we have 1/3 for our fraction, 2/3 for this fraction. And what can we do with the last one? Well, just like we had done before, you have 3 equal shares shaded in over your 3. So it's 3/3, or you could say 1 whole. But we want you to practice making sure that you're understanding what the whole fraction would look like. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at the MP, which is math problem reasoning. Okay? All of the equal parts of a shape are shaded. What do you know about the numerator and denominator of the fraction of the shaded parts? Well, let's look. Those aren't all shaded, so we're not looking at that one. Only 2 of the 3 are shaded in this one, but in the final one, we have 3 shaded equal parts of 1 whole. So the numerator and the denominator will be the same. So whenever a shape is completely shaded, all of the equal parts are shaded, the numerator and the denominator are going to be the same number, okay? All right. So then it gets into the Think and Grow on page 258, and it's talking a little bit more about what we just did, okay? So we've got a rectangle. Okay, we have a rectangle, and it looks like it already has 2 squares, or 2 equal shares shaded in. We got 1, 2, and I'll go ahead and shade those in so mine looks like yours. And it looks like we have these 2 shaded in. Okay, and then it says there are blank equal parts of the whole. Well, we just did this last lesson. Okay, so the equal parts of the whole are counting all of the equal parts. The whole, all equal parts. So how many equal parts are in the whole? We have 3 equal parts of the whole. Okay, we have 3 equal parts of the whole, and then what or blank of the equal parts are shaded? 2. 2 equal parts are shaded. Now we have to write this as a fraction. But the book kind of tricked us because remember, the denominator are the equal parts of the whole. How many equal parts are there? So we actually answered the denominator first. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my fraction bar right there. Equal parts of the whole, how many do we have? We have 3. How many equal parts are shaded in? 2. Our fraction for this rectangle is 2/3. 2/3 of the rectangle is shaded. All right. So as you move forward with that, it is very important to keep in mind, what are we looking at, okay? Are we looking at the whole? And look at the wording. Is it asking how many equal parts of the whole, like it did here first, or is it asking how many equal parts are shaded? So read it very carefully and make sure that your numbers make sense, that you don't mix up your numerator with your denominator, okay? So that's really what you're doing here within the next couple pages. As you look on to 459, 9, and 10, it's going to tell you how to divide the rectangles in the triangle. Remember, no right or wrong way as long as you end up with equal parts of your shape, okay? And then so you'll have to draw them and shade some yourself. So I would shade very lightly with your pencil just to make sure that you have it the way you want it. Okay? And then we have some digging deeper questions about a fruit tray and dividing equal parts or a school banner. My best suggestion, the best way to solve all of these is to draw a picture, okay? There's nothing stopping you from turning a flower bed into a rectangle and splitting it into equal parts. It's asking the same thing, just giving you a few more words, but you can do it, okay? So I think with that should really be about it, okay? Like always, if you have any questions, you can always email us, or we will see you tomorrow on our Zoom.